And
we're
live.
We're live.
And we're live for another episode of Slaaap Haaapy.
We can do it like this all day, hey, don't stop. Inhibitions run away, hey, don't stop. Let a bug hit windshield straight.
We're doing it. We're here, people. Wait, you're fucking on my intro. We're here, people. We're doing it. We're live. I'm Civilian. I'm the host of Slaaap Haaapy. And we are doing it today with a very, very, very special guest. He goes by many names. But today we're going to call him Airports. Airports, welcome to the show.
Let's go. Thank you. Man, I love that you've got no notes. We're raw dogging the potty.
I really do.
You're just holding it like looking smart.
I generally do have like a little bit of a bit of a format, but I thought
we go way too far back for format.
I know that's the thing. Like a lot of the interviews that I've done recently have been like a guy, as I said, a guy that I've met for the first time, a guy that I've met for the second time, a guy that I've only talked to on Instagram for like a couple of days, things like that.
Is it exclusively guys only on this show?
No. I've had the first or the second kind of interview that I did maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago was a young lady named Ash Ims, who's like a booking agent and artist manager.
So everyone's like hustling.
Yeah, everyone's either in the either behind the scenes. So I've only interviewed 2 people so far that are like behind the scenes, like artist manager kind of thing, or booking agent. And then there's been a lot of people in front of the scenes. But I do have like I've already got in the works a lot more women that are coming onto the podcast.
Yep.
Some queer women. Just a lot more diversity because I feel like obviously there's out of the 6 people I've had so far, it's been like 5 white dudes. So I want to mix it up a bit for sure.
Nice.
But
well, thanks for having this white dude.
yeah, I mean
Asian white dude.
Yeah.
The half.
You got the mix. All right, so AP, let's take the people way back. Let's set the scene.
Ooh,
what
year was it?
That you were born?
No. We met
1988. Or you were in 89? You were in 89.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. We met. It was somewhere at Coast FM.
It was Coast FM. It was Nick Kelly.
It was Nick Kelly.
Project U. It was their finale. It was probably like 2012, I'm going to say.
No way, no.
Or 14
Short,
maybe?
I reckon 14.
Yeah, 2014 maybe. They were doing their finale and they got their like kind of favorite acts to come on, and I don't know how you qualified.
All the Sunny Coast, like all the important people, the VIPs.
All the VIPs.
At the time.
You got to roll through.
Yeah, actually before that, when I did an interview with Nick and he was like, oh, have you met Civilian? And I'm like, there was a producer in like France called Civilian with a C.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, he's sick. Yeah. And then I meet this guy and I'm like, oh, he's sick.
Not as sick, but
no,
he'll do.
You were. But then we made some music and then moved forward a few years.
Before that part, I would like to say that I think because I did a bit of stalking about like who was going to be on that show. Obviously, you do your research, and that's when I discovered. I think it was Masterpiece.
Oh, this would have been 2012. Holy shit!
Was it Masterpiece?
2012, 13. Yeah. So I was called Northie then. I was a DJ producer,
Big Papa North,
and I had like some dubstep song at the time.
Yeah,
that.
And it was like kind of it was like semi-viral, like for the time, wasn't it?
On what?
No, I think you had
SoundCloud or something.
Well, you had it maybe, but you had a bit of a buzz. Is what I'm saying.
I think because I did a few things around the coast, like it was local buzz. Like a few years before that, I was playing a lot of shows in the area, and I was like, we're doing those Metrodome shows. It was all ages bands and DJs.
Yeah, I think Northie had it.
I did my EP launch and all that. And then I was in that point, I was kind of like in between being a DJ, but then starting a band, a 2-piece, me and my drummer called Airports.
Right.
Around 2013. And then,
know how far back it goes.
Yeah. And then we toured for a long time. And then 2017-ish, Mossy, my drummer in Brisbane, he left the project as an artist, still drum for me. So everything's sweet. Shout out Mossy. Caught up recently. He's having a kid.
What's up,
Mossy? Kid on the way.
Yeah.
Daddy Moss.
Still never met Moss.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever met.
Jeez. Okay.
I feel like he's been a part of my life for, as long as you have. But
vicariously.
Same. Yeah, there's a few people that are like that.
And then and then Airports and by then Northie, I've already stopped being Northie, and Airports had become just me. So I'm still Airports as an artist.
Yep.
But as you know, I feel like a lot of us in maybe our age group, maybe where we're from, but we were like doing few and far between artistry, I call it, where like one song a year.
Yeah, right.
And then like, I played a show.
Yeah,
2 years later, I'm playing another show, guys. Like, it's like, but now I'm on this road of being really consistent.
Yeah.
Like I got releases all the rest of this year.
Yep.
Everything's happening. Like it's actually happening because I've got, we can go through this in detail, but overview, because I've been a producer and artist, musician, but I've also been dipping in and out of entrepreneurialism and business for like most of my life. And then a few years ago, I started a company called Sound Motor, and we do music for the dance industry and TV and commercials and like corporate music, all this stuff. I've got a little team, and our mate, Harry Fox, who I met through you.
Not my mate.
It's a bit of a dickhead, actually.
Bit of a dickhead.
Bit of a dickhead.
Oh, hey, Chef. No, you guys all right.
So Harry now is like my general manager at Sound Motor.
Yeah.
And we're like pretty much business partners.
Yeah.
So shout outs to you for introducing us.
Yeah.
And shout outs to Nick for introducing us.
Oh, did too. Yeah, shout out Kells.
That's crazy.
Big Kells. I call him Kells.
crazy.
Kelz. So if he ever takes on if he ever starts like a music project.
Really? I don't know if he will.
No, he won't. I mean, he might. He might. I remember he did send me some bars back in the day.
Ooh,
yeah, like when we first kind of met, he showed me some bars, and I can't remember my feedback. I think it was a little bit too constructive. I should have just been like, yeah, good job.
His continuing trajectory into journalism is because of you and your criticism.
No, I think I went through a phase where I was like trying to be too smart. Like whenever people would send me stuff, I'd like try to be too, like not critical, but like I would try to be
too lyrical, spiritual.
Yeah, essentially, instead of just like understanding that, everyone's just on a journey and, you know, having a bit more of self-awareness to
we were all that, man. Like when you would have met me and for years after that, I would have had hella ego. Like, but we both had ego deaths, I think. And that's what you get at our age. You get ego deaths.
Or when you have changa.
I would like to do ayahuasca or something at some point.
So
I haven't done that.
So it's like,
oh wait, Chang. No, I know what Chang is. Yeah.
Yeah. Changa's like kind of.
Yeah. My mate.
It's a similar vibe.
Okay. Is that like a tea or something you have like?
So you can. I smoke.
I got a mate who does it like every night.
Okay, that's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Because it is like, I mean, I suppose you'd kind of get used to it.
He stopped smoking weed and now he drinks like the Changa tea.
Who's that? Oh, no names.
Can't disclose. Yeah.
I'm just
he's pretty enlightened though.
I'm peaking. I think we're peaking a little bit here. I'm just going to turn these down again because we're getting excited, you know?
We are. It's pretty exciting over here in the Slaaap Haaapy podcast.
Well, the thing is, we started a bit chill and the levels look good, but then we started peaking a little bit. So I'll turn them down a bit.
7K is sounding real shiny though.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's my 4Ks looking like?
Pretty dull actually. Do you hate that I'm an engineer?
No, I think it's like pretty fucking nerdy, but it's cool.
Lame, yeah.
No, that's cool.
Not good content.
Yeah, no. That's probably the clip right there.
Yeah.
Your 7Ks looking pretty good.
God, don't.
No. What I was going to say was
that won't go on TikTok, bro.
No. That ain't going viral, bro.
No.
Yeah. So Changa.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, do you want me to tell you?
Go on.
So you smoke it, right? Well,
he was drinking it as tea.
I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can,
obviously.
But it's a different. I would say it's a different thing.
Right.
It becomes a different thing because the inhalation and the way that it just like I felt like I got sucked into I got sucked into another world.
I've gone through a vortex.
Yeah.
In my dreams, right?
Okay.
Not Changa induced.
That you know of.
One time, I think it was after watching Inception, I had like the double layered dream once. Like,
yep.
And I had like one dream and I heard, and I woke up in the dream. I woke up in my bed and I heard someone trying to break into the back of the house.
Yep.
And like my mom screaming or something.
Yep.
And I freaked out. I'm like, what? And then I realized in the dream, it's a dream. I'm like, all right, wake up. And then was that or maybe that was the second layer.
Was that the second layer?
That was the second layer. So I had another dream and I was like, wake up. Then I had that one and I'm like, this is real. Wait, no, it's not. Wake up again. Both in the bed. Like, so it felt like all of them were real.
Yep.
And then I was in that final layer and I was like, you've got to actually wake up.
Yep.
And then I kind of forced myself to wake up and I went through this like vortex above me. And it was the most intense feeling I ever felt. I
That
can't
sounds
explain it.
terrifying.
Yeah, it was, because I was like, I'm going to die. Like, it was so intense. It was like my soul being sucked through this vortex.
Yeah.
Then I actually woke up. Haven't had anything like that ever happen.
What
Except
did
that
you,
one time.
when was it?
Long time ago, like many years ago, probably like 10 years ago or something.
Do you know if did you do anything in particular around that time? Like,
No,
that
I don't really do drugs.
no,
so-
no, not just drugs, but like, was there a really intense?
Oh, right.
Like,
I don't know. I mean,
you'd been awake for a couple of days straight, or like,
Nah, I watched Inception.
oh, that was it.
Nah, but I was also like, back then I was big in church world.
Yeah, yeah.
As you know as well from your family, like we grew up in like church. Facts. Shout out
God,
God.
Drake is who I'm talking about.
666.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, and I think, I don't know, because since I've ventured kind of out of that and my spirituality has expanded a lot, and I think I can grasp more things. Apparently every 7 years you grow more brain cells. So you can like, I remember around like 27, I was like, I went through this deconstruction of faith, and then I left church, and I suddenly my mind could comprehend more. I could question more.
right.
I don't know if that's because I kind of finally
Dude,
left.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because like I lifted the veil on that, or because like stored trauma had come up and it's like time to work on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
All the above.
Perfect concoction.
Or it was that time with the brain development. But apparently like for women, I think it's like around mid-20s, men late 20s, early 30s. And that's why a lot of guys have existential crises at like late 20s.
okay.
Apparently a lot of people do. And I definitely did. And you just question everything. But suddenly you can comprehend more. It's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, might be a thing.
It's a push and pull.
Yeah. So back to the dream. I never know, because a lot of my life I had like things under the surface that I hadn't consciously brought up and worked on. And then I think in religious institutions, those places are great for kind of like band-aiding what's underneath as well.
Yep.
Because you get to live in like a pseudo-moralism. Don't get me wrong, they're beautiful. I think the world needs religion, and I think that like a lot of the right intent is also within church and religion and stuff, and there's a lot of great things that come from that. I'm not dissing at all.
Yep.
I'm actually about it, but I think for me, my journey, I was like, man, I'm living under this system because it's safe. It was literally safety in a community that I never had.
Yep.
Also, when you have a dysregulated upbringing and family, you look for safety and you find it in places like that.
Yep. I found man in a gang.
Facts.
Still in it to this day.
Drillers over here.
Yeah. No, that's actually a really great point. What was that word you said? Pseudo moral.
Moral, I made that up just then.
That was very smart.
I sounded good, hey.
I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker just grew some more brain cells right in front of me.
7K, pseudo-moralism.
Yeah. Lyrical, spiritual, 7K.
Drillers.
Miracle. Yeah. No, that was actually, that was a really cool word. But I
You can have it. You can write it down on your empty pad there.
might make note.
He's doing a ghost right.
All right. So that was like 27. You grew your brain cells. You had this,
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I went deep real quick and started a potty, bro. That was crazy.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. Maybe talk about music.
No. I kind of want to just touch on that point though, because I feel very similar, because I had a pretty similar.
That's probably why I brought it up.
Yeah, I had a pretty similar experience around that age, like 27, when I moved to like Newtown, and I was
Your
like,
reality breaks a little.
Totally.
You don't know who you are. I said to one of my friends once, I was like, you feel like you know yourself more than ever before, but you know, what was it? I said, it was really good. We can cut this into content right here.
Yep.
I said to her, like, you feel like you are more aware of yourself and you know yourself better than you have before, but you're just as equally lost, or you're more lost.
Well, because you expand your breadth of like knowing, but you also expand your breadth of not knowing
And questioning.
Yeah.
It's also questioning your identity. Like, you're kind of like, okay, who am I really? Because you're like, what's my identity beyond what I do for an occupation,
Yep.
who I'm around,
Yep.
or societal identity factors, like who really am I? And I think at that point, if you're a white male, you discover Jordan Peterson.
Or Joe Rogan. Or both.
Yeah. Together on the same podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting age, but I feel like I've really gotten through that now. And I'm like, I know more of myself. I know who I am. I know what I want out of life. I also realize like life is experience.
Yep.
You kind of like, I have goals with business, with music, creativity, with life, but I think there's like, or you realize what actually keeps you going. Like for me anyway, I love, like I had a mate ask me this, like, what's the ideal kind of, I don't know, show to you or experience as an artist, as a music artist. And I was like, it's not just playing a cool show. You know, some people are like, oh, I want to play to X amount of millions of people or whatever, right? To me, it's not really that. It's like, I love playing a great show that people are connecting with, but I really love talking to people afterwards. I really like conversations like this. Yep. I like it when I go to a city and I meet people and then we're like just hanging out all night talking and connecting and just making really good, friendships and having really deep conversation. And then I realized that my life is about connection. Yeah. Like, so through music and creativity, I want to connect to the listener and to people, but then I also want to connect with people. And then I also want to like them to then be inspired to do whatever their form of connection or their higher energy kind of is.
So it's like using the music as a vehicle to actually start those conversations.
I mean, not always. It's also an outlet. Like I know that for instance, I know my nervous system is regulated when I'm creating.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I don't feel any better, literally in my physical body. I don't feel any better than when I'm creating.
Yep.
For whatever reason.
Is that the whole process or is that just writing a song or are you talking like?
It could be performing, creating, writing, as long as I love it. Okay. If it's like a job, like for instance, when I was with Harry Fox recently, we were working on some music. We both noticed that when we're in the studio and we're working on like a job that we don't, like we're just getting it done, but we may not particularly love it. We're both doing some big like every now and then we do a big breath out. Yeah. And we're like, well, that's actually you going like, I'm just tolerating this. I'm just getting through this, like breathe and get through it. Yeah. But then when we're working on our music, we're like, jumping up and down, we're ecstatic, we love it, we're having fun, we feel our best. So as a performer, that can be on stage, off stage, in the studio, it could be filming a video, anything. And I just noticed myself that I feel the best when I do that. And my theory for that is I think, and this is going very deep, I think a lot of hyper creative individuals have had some form of dysregulation in their whole being and maybe nervous system. Most often from early developmental trauma or some other kind of trauma in their life, probably when they were young. And then creativity is an outlet because it's like a perfect cathartic escape. It lends you a voice. So you get your voice heard when you put that thing down on paper, when you sing, when you create. That's your voice being heard. And then for me, I know my personality type, I want significance. Yep. Like I love being significant. Yep. I used to confuse that with ego. I used to be like, my significance should be fame and I should be the best. Yep. I've gotten through that now and I'm like, I actually feel kind of yuck if like I'm too praised. Yeah. I feel kind of yuck. It's like, don't put it on me because now I realize everybody's got their special thing. Yeah. And everybody's got their hierarchy of values and needs. Yep. My one happens to be significance, freedom, innovation, creativity, those things. To other people, it's different. Some people want security and family and all this stuff, right? So I think creatives, most of us probably have had stuff happen where we needed to lean on creativity to feel our full self, to feel regulated, to feel happy. And then from that, it turns into a lifestyle or career choice, which has rewards to it. But then that's also why you get artists that go through that whole rock star thing. And like they start with creating when they're young, trying to escape. Maybe they got a bad family life at home or whatever, right? Trying to escape that. They feel good. Then they get recognition from it from other people in whether school or whatever, online. They're like, oh, people actually, I'm being heard. My voice is being heard. I'm being significant again. I feel like I have a voice and people listen to me. And then you get that hit, that dopamine hit.
The ego.
From well, it's a dopamine hit, but it can turn into that. And then suddenly maybe that turns into like a really big drive. Like I have to keep growing, getting bigger, better, more famous, more successful, because that's the dopamine cycle.
Yeah.
And then
more.
Because if I go backwards and suddenly I'm not recognized,
less significant.
I'm not significant. Yeah. My values just dropped. Not true at all. And I think you and me have had to go through those rock bottom times. Have had to have the ego death to realize my significance as a human and as a person doesn't change with what I'm doing.
Yep.
And I think being in like good relationships, having the right people, family, partners around you, that helps you go, I can just be me. I don't have to do anything fancy and I'm still accepted and loved. And I think a lot of creatives need that but don't have it or don't know they have it. They might not even recognize it in their life.
Yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of people get into the chaotic lifestyle, going too far, leaning into the chaos of being a creative or even being a successful, say, artist, because then, and then that's why you see people like they might get famous. I mean, let's think like the classic 80s rock star archetype.
Yeah.
They get famous and then they start like it just peaks and then they start kind of falling off, or they're no longer like popular, they're not selling records. Then they develop a drug habit, like, you know, because they need to fill that void.
Yep.
And I think like that's almost like the journey I feel like I've been on, even though I'm not like super famous. I just have gone through little micro up and down roller coaster of that stuff.
Yep.
And not drugs, but like just the psychological
little
cycle,
little hurdles,
ups and downs, whether it's with music or business or personally.
Yep.
And it's interesting to learn that where I feel like I'm at now is I feel like I stopped doing artistry for myself to be recognizing significance. And then I picked up business and then I made like, you know, I did the cash flow thing. I did the financials. I got that right through business. And then that was half the problem. I'm like, I don't have stress anymore. I'm not like desperate for money through artistry to make it because I have it here.
Right.
But I was still unfulfilled because when I'm living my best self is when I'm creating and have an outlet and have a voice. So I'm like, okay, I could do business forever and be well off and still have like my friends, family, everyone around me to give me like my belonging, but I'm still craving something over here, which is me. It's my full purpose and identity, which I think for me in this time in my life is artistry and having a voice as a singer, songwriter, you know, creator. So now I think I'm doing it more from a more calm place where I'm like, all right, I don't have big expectations. I'm not going to rack up these Spotify numbers in this week or whatever. I don't really think about that anymore. I'm just like, I just want this to slowly build. I want this to get like every record to get better. I want to better myself. And of course, like there's indicators and I want to be successful, but I don't know. I'm just not as desperate anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy it. Like I'd rather enjoy it. It's almost like you'd rather be for instance, like a Russ who he's not a beaver.
No.
But he's got all the freedom.
100%.
And you know,
give me a Russ every day of the week.
That's what I mean. So I think maturing and getting a bit older, I know for me, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I would have chose the beaver card, you know, of fame level I'm talking.
I think everyone chooses that when they're slightly younger and they haven't gone through that ego death and they haven't experienced just how consuming it can be to want to be, you know, famous, I guess. Like once you realize just how shit that actually is, everyone wants that kind of rush trajectory. Well, everyone wants that first, but then once you realize just how shit it is, you're like, oh shit, give me that rush trajectory because that shit lasts for a lifetime. Yeah. Like the Bieber thing, like, yeah, sure, he's going to make it last for a lifetime, but that's a 1 in fucking billion chance.
But that's also like, I think I see a lot of younger people now, creators going through this same journey I'm talking about. Like right now, this week I've been around some TikTok guys and they're killing it. And the scene and the community reminds me of how it was to me years ago in music. Yep. And it's very interesting to see. And I love what they're doing and I love the new generation and how they create and their pace and their hustle and everything. It's so cool. I heard on Logan Paul's podcast, I can't remember who they were interviewing, but they were talking about like how younger like Gen Z, they have way better avenues online to become successful really quickly. And that's amazing because they can build careers really quickly if they work hard and they're talented and what, or not even talented, just they work hard. You know, hard work outworks talent. But you know, and then but it's almost like they got further to fall because they can build so quick.
Yeah.
And what happens when they do get the ego death? That we've talked about, that we've gone to some degree.
Going to hit fucking a million times harder.
Well, it might or might not.
Yeah.
We don't know. It's up to the individual. But yeah, it's crazy. Even just like building that gratification and significance in the world, in community, being, I guess, a front-facing person or figure. It's not for everyone, but there's a lot of people thinking now they need to do it because it is more open to everyone because of online platforms we have. Because of girls who can go and do OnlyFans and get their dopamine hit from that. Even, you know, that may not be what they ever wanted to do. Or like a guy too. It's not specific to gender. It's just an example. But
Lil Golo.
Dude, he's funny, man.
I love him.
He's killing it.
I love him so much.
He's so funny.
Oh man, he's such a funny fucker. Last night he was watching did you see the video of him taking the TV off the wall?
No, I haven't been online much this week.
Last night the Origin was on. And he goes for Queensland for some reason. And
hey, I'm a Queenslander now, mate. Come on.
Yeah, well, go fuck yourself. So
you're a Victorian.
Yeah,
we're both New South Wales.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
blue till I die. And
I don't care, bro. I don't watch sports.
I know. But he's at like the local and he's watching the Origin. He puts up an Instagram story saying if New South Wales score another try, I'm ripping the TV off the wall and walking out.
He would do that.
And then the very next story is him grabbing the TV
at the pub.
He's at the pub. He rips the TV off the wall at the pub, and there's people everywhere just having a beer. He's walking out with the TV under his arm, and his homies, I don't know who's filming, but someone's filming, and they're just fucking pissing themselves laughing. He walks outside, throws the TV in the bin.
Oh my god!
No one stopped in. No one did anything.
The NPC theory that most people are just NPCs.
What's that mean?
Non-playable character.
Well,
you know, like in GTA or something, and they're
right.
They're just like all the people in the street in the game that are just AI, and
Keep talking.
They just exist, like they're just sitting there, standing there. What are you doing? I see. What's crazy is there's a pattern
because this turns off every this turns off after like an hour.
Okay. We're not that far into it.
No, we're not. But when it gets there, I want to know.
Topically, we are.
Topically, yeah.
NPCs are like non-playable characters, like in GTA when like the random people in the street and they just have that. They have their like go-to dialogue lines. Have you seen that girl on TikTok and she walks into like the shop, like the GTA stripper in San Andreas? She walks like it. It's so funny.
No, that sounds funny.
And she like opens the door in the fridge. She's like,
it's just like full jerks it open.
Yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, I had a friend who has a theory that like the world has a lot of NPCs and you stand in the crowd and you yell at them and no one reacts. Or you do something like that, pull the TV down, no one reacts.
It honestly felt like that. Like watching this video, I'm like, none of the other people are real.
Yes. It's like they have key like triggers. So only certain triggers do.
If you don't go near them, there's no line.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no interaction at all.
Scary.
Oh, that's actually quite funny.
How Joe Rogan are we getting with this? We're getting into like the eclectic left field conspiracy theories.
Oh God, I tell you what, Dave called me this morning, my brother, and I think he just called to maybe catch up. And then fucking 45 minutes later, we're deep into this philosophical kind of like conversation on tangents that we're neither of us prepared for. And it was full on. Obviously, like off the back of like some of the stuff that's happened recently with the Roe versus Wade scenario and other things. But and after like 30 minutes of this conversation, I was like, all right, fuck, no, that's too deep. We need to How the fuck are you? Like, let's just do a quick little like chit chat back and forward. Yeah, let's just go because we started with the deep shit.
That's what we just did. That's great. I love it.
We started
I
with
love deep chats.
Yeah, no, it was actually really good.
That's my hierarchy of needs. Deep conversation.
100%. So where are we at now? What's next on the agenda for airports?
I have a song coming. So I just had my first single in like probably 2 years come out like a month ago called Second to Breathe.
Yeah.
Hey, he knows. Yes. Got my scream on, which I don't usually do. So I'm experimenting with new.
I liked it.
Thank you. I'm experimenting with new like vocal dynamics, which I love. So it's kind of like going more into my pop punk roots because I grew up in pop punk bands.
Yeah.
It's kind of mixing that with the let's go. I put that. I got that like MySpace thing and bring it back. Bro. I'll bring back the fringe.
Yeah.
Nah. So I'm doing like pop punk kind of, but more refined. Like digestible pop.
Yeah.
Like Machine Gun Kelly, but
like
a bit more pop.
Yeah, like
but
more,
trying not to be cheesy at the same time.
Yeah, instead of like a 50-50 split, it's more like 70-30 pop punk.
Yeah, but my new song coming out on July 6th, so it's like 2 weeks from this recording, that is like a straight up pop punk song. And I've got a dude named Young Aaron, another Aaron. We're both named Aaron.
Oh shit. You're doubling up with the Aarons.
Doubling up in the Aarons. I need Lil Aaron on another feature, so I get all the Aarons on my EP. But for now, we got Young Aaron.
Okay.
He's killing the TikTok game.
Is there an actual Lil Aaron?
There is. You don't know Lil Aaron?
No.
From the States? Oh, he's dope.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure all you Aarons hang out.
Yeah. Sick. So Young Aaron from Melbourne is on my new song, and this is his vocal debut.
Oh, wow.
And he's surprisingly good.
Okay, what's he do?
So he is a TikTok creator.
Okay.
He hit 4 million followers last night.
4 mil?
Yep. So you see him running around Melbourne. He's got pink hair. Unintentionally, I planned this before we met. And then I got it. I'm like, man, now we both call.
Oh, damn.
You need the slap. Slap. So we're both named Aaron. We've both got pink hair. We're both on a song. What do you want?
What could go wrong?
I know. So at the moment, like I just been down here working on that with him and getting around like some other creators. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see because like I'm starting TikTok, but I haven't really done much on it yet.
Yep.
And to see these guys so far along, it's just so inspiring to see like I love their hustle.
What's his content? What kind of content?
It's like prank humor content.
Okay.
So the demographic's a bit younger, but like it's funny stuff. Like they got balls, man. Like they go out there and they're talking to people on the street every day and they're doing pranks and stuff. Like it's I mean, when I was really young, I was like actually breaking stuff with my friends in public.
Yep.
Like so they're not
breaking hearts.
No, that's this young Aaron didn't have any game.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, so that's sick. So he's on the song. It's a really cool song. It's pop punk.
How did that kind of start?
We connected through Insta. So he wants to get into music and we were just chatting about that. And I'm like, I want to get into TikTok. Made it work.
Fuck yeah.
And surprisingly, he's got it. Like he can do it.
Yeah,
he will
cool.
do it.
Yeah.
So, we're just surviving, seeing what happens.
So he can do music. Can you do TikTok?
I will try, sir. I mean, the last music video, I debuted it on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it got like 100K views, which is cool.
I've seen some of your TikToks.
For a little TikTok guy at the moment.
That's
I'm
great.
a little TikTok guy.
Yeah.
Little TikTok.
Surely
Young
there's
TikTok.
Surely there's a rapper out there called Little TikTok.
That's me, bro.
He only has 3-second videos. Little
3-second bars.
Yeah. Yo, I was gonna... And then he just
Lyrical spirit.
Yeah. He just gets halfway through lines and then it cuts out.
That's terrible content, bro. Not viral.
Mid-viral. Not hell viral, just a mid-tier viral. So what have you kind of thought about how you're going to tackle the TikTok game?
Well, it's good to be around other creators that are killing it.
Just thinking.
It helps me. Like, okay, I noticed there's a mindset with millennials, with us and Gen Z.
Yep.
So like every millennial I talk to, unless they're already doing TikTok, and there's not many, and especially artists, everyone's got a problem. They're like, oh, don't tell me about TikTok. Oh, the label's trying to tell me to do TikTok. Oh, the
Really?
industry wants me. Because the whole industry is like, build on there. That's the avenue right now. Build on there.
Yep.
Because, and I was talking to my mate about it, like when we were young, the avenue that indicated success was like being on TV, being on radio.
Yep.
That's why if you, I know for me, like my dad doesn't really ask me about what I'm doing with my music, but if I was on TV, it's a big deal to him and his friends.
Yeah.
you know?
Sure. Yep.
And it's probably the same for most parents. That was the avenue. And then for us, like we had social networks and we had YouTube and all that, but there was never an avenue with quick growth like there is now on TikTok.
Yep.
So younger people have naturally, like Gen Z, in their school years, at least the end of their school years, they have that avenue.
Straight away.
So by the time they're finished school, a lot of these kids are already blowing up.
Yeah.
And it's so different, you know. Like I felt like we kind of had that with MySpace. It was different though. But this is a very big scale.
Do you think early Instagram, like 2014
Definitely.
Instagram?
Oh yeah. Instagram for sure.
2014 Instagram?
But I think it's different because now you can become famous for anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything. That's if you execute it well and correctly and you know how to like make what people want to watch.
Yep.
It can work. And I don't think there's ever been an avenue or platform like this.
Yeah.
So, you know, these guys tend to build very quickly once they commit to what they're doing in the content.
Yep.
So I think there's a big disconnect between millennials and Gen Z's mindset around it, because also by the time that these platforms were around, like that an avenue where you can build really quick, we'd already gotten older and we're like, well, we have to make money. So we're already deep into like a career, a job, a business or something, you know, we're already trying to get life together. But if you come out of high school and you're in that age where like you can do and you've got a bit of time to do what you want, and you've got this avenue that you can be like, I could be famous in 1 year, and they do it.
Yeah.
We didn't have that,
Nah.
you know?
It's a good point.
So I think that's why there's a lot of millennials that are like kind of against the platform.
Yep. I'm not against it. I fucking love it.
Yeah, you and your brother are on it all the time.
I do love it. I know I've struggled with the output recently. Like I need to get better at batching.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, I think, as well. Like, you know, for our age group, to us, it's a lot of work. Maybe to Gen Zs, it's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of normal.
Well, they don't have, I mean, like, sorry, those darned kids. No, like what you said before is like super true. Like, yeah, we've got to go like make incomes and,
There's a lot to juggle.
yeah, there's a lot to juggle. So like, you know, when I was, before I took on these two jobs when I was trading and I had a little bit more like daytime free, I would actually finish trading at like, you know, 11:30, whatever. And then I'd go spend maybe 2 hours. I'd like look through TikTok, check out what's happening, research. And then I'd make my 4 TikToks.
Yeah, great.
And then I'd do that in like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, depending on how much effort I put
That's
in.
an amazing commitment.
And then the day would be done.
It's hard for me to find 1 hour to do that.
Yeah, totally. But now that I've gone back to like working, like jobs, it's so fucking hard to do.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard. But I mean, look, for instance, Aaron, he built for nothing to 4 million in like 1 year.
Yeah.
You know, I got another mate, 8 million in 1 year. Like it's crazy, bro. Like it once you get
it sounded like you were about to do like a full roll off. You were like, another mate, 15 million in 1 year. Another mate, 58 million. Yeah. No, it's funny. There's like these the online kind of e-commerce guys. Like there's one that me and Luke bought a course off. His name's Iman Gadji. Yeah. He's like a, you know, young, super successful online entrepreneur kind of guy. And when he talks about numbers, he always rattles off like 7 numbers in a row. So as an example, he'll be like, sometimes in a month I make like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30K. I'm like, just say like a range.
He just counts in fives, bro.
Or like, or like I'm a 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, kind of like marketer. I'm like,
motherfucker loves numbers, bro.
Yeah, he just rattles off numbers, and like me,
he just likes counting.
He just likes counting. He's the count.
Yeah.
He voices the count on Sesame Street.
Shout out one of my housemates who was an accountant. We call him fractions because he's real quick at maths, bro. Like quick maths all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like now I'm talking to artists who are like mid-20s and up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the cutoff. Mid-20s and up, you despise TikTok.
Yeah.
And then
Is it
below-
really that?
It's weird. Like, I mean, I'm obviously not for sure, but I talked to people this weekend. I went from hanging out with the TikTok kids and I went to like hang out with some other guys that were like 25 and up, and they were like, "Oh, don't talk about TikTok."
Do you know what
I have to do it. The label told me to do it. It's like, yeah, because
it works. Don't you want to succeed?
It's a platform with attention. That's where the attention's at.
I feel like you and me though, we've always been really good at adapting and like
Late.
What? What do you mean?
I feel late. I was telling my friends 2 years.
No, but it doesn't matter.
I know. I was telling my friends 2 years ago to do TikTok, but I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, who
like
cares?
I had a problem doing it because I couldn't figure out what to do because I didn't know what to do. I didn't want like I'm like I don't want to get known for something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
As an artist, as a music artist, it's actually pretty hard.
It is.
You don't want to be known as a cover artist.
No, but I think this is this is where I think you said this to me not too long ago. I think you said something along the lines of I don't know what we're talking about, but you said like if you can't blow up on TikTok, then or if you can't show your personality on TikTok or something like that, then why would a label or a major audience ever want to look at you anyway?
It's a litmus test for performers.
Yeah,
If
totally.
you can engage an audience on that, they don't need to question it. You can play a show.
Yeah.
And engage an audience.
And you've actually got like, here's the thing. If I can show up and like say something to even a small audience that I'm trying to build on TikTok, I have something to say.
Yep.
If I can't, then I'm just a guy fucking with my dick in my hand. It's like most of these, there's a lot of rappers in the country right now that, on a drill beat, they're hard as fuck and they can like, they can sell whatever story they're trying to do. But if you put them on like a TikTok 4 times a day for like 2 months, by the end of the first week, they'll have nothing to say because honestly, they don't have like a story.
It's character. It's It's charisma.
It's charisma, and it's you need to.
But it is hard because now like we've got everyone being an overt influencer as an artist, right? That's what people are looking for. So now we've lost the mystique artists. We've lost the weekends.
Yeah, but to be honest.
And the pendulum will swing. Everybody will be over.
It will.
It'll go back.
It will.
At some point. We don't know how, but it will.
It will. I think the mystique got overdone a little bit. I remember there was like artists in like masks and
2014, 15, 16. That was like
everyone was like everyone's
edgy.
name was everyone's name. There was like no vowels.
Yeah,
everyone
X's.
Everyone's
and no vowels,
X's
and then everyone was, and then like Billie Eilish happened, and it was like, and all the bedroom pop artists were like, oh, I got to be edgy and dark and like, and then now it's just like I got to be bright and out there
and everything.
And everything.
I got to be saying it all. You got to know exactly what I'm thinking all of the time.
Nah, but I think there's still room. There's still room. You can do one niche thing and still have a lot. Like people will still want to know more about you. I think there's a way. Watch me crack it.
Okay, I'm ready. Where's the eggs? Get the man an egg.
Yeah.
He's ready to crack it.
I didn't know. Let's go. Don't keep me hanging, Sab.
That was good. That was perfect.
I didn't know what the blue button did, but I hit it.
Well, that's kind of my life motto as well.
That's
like,
crazy.
Don't know what it is, but I hit it.
Does, but hit it.
No, that's horrible content. No, we'll cut that up. That'll go in there.
I can't believe that was perfect. That was perfect.
Wow, that was really good. It's like we planned it earlier.
I didn't even know you had samples on it. I just wanted to hit a button. Hopefully it didn't stop recording.
No, that'll be in there.
Hopefully that's a 7K shelf boost.
No, stop that. Fuck, what were we going to say? What was the last thing you said? Oh, the crack it. Yeah, so I do you have a goal for like posts per day? Or have you started thinking about stuff like that yet?
No.
No, too far.
I want quality over quantity.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm still figuring out the best thing for me to do.
Yeah.
Which, I don't want to be, I've tried in the past to do little things that aren't me, and it just, it feels wrong. It's not me. It's like, so I think every creator has to just be themselves, but obviously like you have to somehow conform yourself to the avenue which has the attention.
Totally. Adapting it to suit your actual niche.
Yeah. And I'm still finding that.
So I noticed you were getting a little bit of traction with the around the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp kind of trial.
Because I like deep chats. I've had kind of a history educating myself about narcissistic abuse.
Yep.
And obviously the Johnny Depp case was like such a big talking point for all those people who are like, I've been narcissistically abused. He's going through it.
Yeah.
To anyone who's been through it, it's extremely obvious what he was going through.
Yeah.
I think the people who haven't gone through it are the ones who can't see what it is, and they're like, maybe she is like not guilty, you know.
Yep.
Whatever you think, that's cool because I think people are people, humans are humans. Every human has the same ability to be good or evil.
Yep.
I don't think anyone's exempt from that.
Yep.
And, you know, so obviously everything's subjective and we never truly know. But there's just some things that if you've been through it, you can tell.
Yep.
And the internet was full of comment sections and videos everywhere of people who have been through narcissistic abuse,
Yep.
had their own Amber Heard, and were like, he really is copying this.
Yeah.
Like he's actually, that's real.
Yeah.
And I felt like one of those people. So, you know.
You spoke your mind on it?
So it felt good because having gone through a similar relationship, not to that big of a degree, but I felt like his case was almost giving people in our situation a bit of life.
Yeah.
It was like,
hope that you can actually speak out and...
yeah, just it's that your voice being heard thing again.
Yep.
Just people want their voice to be heard. And I was like, I can talk on that. I feel like that. I really feel, I was feeling vindicated watching that case unfold.
Yep.
And it's not even a gender thing.
No.
I think that was also important about the case that was like, hey, men can also be manipulated, abused
Yep.
in many forms. So yeah, it's I think it was an important case.
Yep.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So I talked a little bit on it, and then I saw the internet kind of flooded to it. So I was like, I'm not going to do content on that anymore.
But I do actually think that was like a not a bad kind of case study for you as to you know, when you talk about the things that you know well,
yes,
people gravitate toward it. Like, you know, the things that you know well that you've
being
studied.
authentic.
Yeah, it's being authentic. You weren't trying to jump on a trend. You were just like, oh, this is relevant to a situation that I've dealt with. This is my thoughts on it. This is what I've experienced.
Yep.
And people did gravitate toward it. And so I think it's a really good case study. Like, and that's really it at the end of the day. Like, all you can do is talk on what you know, speak from the heart. And honestly, that's all you want. Like the thing we were talking about earlier, that significance.
Yes.
That's where you get your significance, by speaking your truth and finding your little pocket. It doesn't have to be 5 million people. It could be 500.
Yeah.
But if those 500 listen
Well, you
to
found that with your trading.
100%.
You blew up on Twitter.
What's that blew up? But
You,
blew up enough.
for a Central Coast independent rapper.
I blew the fuck up. Yeah, for that I did. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Good point.
Yeah, but like I went to Twitter. I'm like, whoa, Sav has all these followers suddenly.
Yeah.
Now I realized you were talking about trading. That's your niche.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that you never know. That could be me with Web3 NFT music. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, is that where you're
Maybe.
at?
I'm starting to get into it. Like I haven't done a lot there, but I will be.
Yeah,
it's,
okay.
it's on my roadmap.
I know there's someone who you have to meet. Do you know a guy named Brock from Together Agency?
No.
You got to meet Brock.
Yeah, sick.
He has a podcast called The NFT Project.
Okay.
They talk about Web3.
Yeah,
I've been
cool.
listening to them religiously.
Right.
I've connected with Brock. He's a fucking great guy. He's big on TikTok. He loves TikTok. He's really good on TikTok.
I think I saw you share his stuff. I think I've seen his stuff.
Yeah, and he's all about helping artists, but also communicating like Web3 concepts, and just he just wants to help people.
That's actually something that I feel like I'd like to do as well, like communicating to music fans the advantages of it. But I mean, yeah, I'm rolling out some stuff with Emanate, which is a Australian founded Web3 music streaming platform.
Oh,
so kind of like Spotify, but on Web3. So artists, you know, can upload their music, get instantly paid through tokens.
Instantly, so like per stream.
Literally instantly.
Like you pay
like someone plays it and a second later there's a coin in your wallet.
Oh, okay. That's fucking dope.
Yeah. So
have they launched?
Yeah, they're out.
Oh shit. Okay.
Emanate. So I'll be doing some cool stuff with them in regards to music, NFTs and all that for Airport's project
Oh, okay.
at some point. So that's coming too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking heaps cool.
Yeah, I want to try. Like, I just want to try.
Okay.
I think it's cool.
I did my with Credit Crunch. I actually did my first.
That's a dope song, man.
Yeah,
that's
you like
like
it?
one of my favorite, if not my favorite song by you.
Oh, thank you.
It's in the pocket.
Yeah.
You know, I think artists.
The rapping was tight.
Yeah, but it was everything together.
Yeah.
Even vocal tone. Like we did a few songs back in the day where you just like your tone was just on.
Yeah.
And that's the point. As a producer who has produced many artists, I really know that like when you hear like a hit record by a big artist, everything on that record was on point.
Yep.
The vocal tone had to be right that day.
Yep.
Or they had to be warmed up to a degree.
Yep.
And a professional singer or vocalist would make sure that they're warmed up. Like I know that when I go in to sing, I have to maybe take about 2 hours of warming up until I hit the sweet spot in my tone.
Yep.
Where everything feels effortless.
Yeah.
And you know, you were on that day. I think this new record, you're on that. A lot of people though don't realize this stuff.
Yeah.
And they just go in, you know, kind of dry and just cold. Yeah, and then they do their vocal takes. They get it done. They're like, that's relatively good.
Yeah.
Even
tick it off.
Even producers, anything songwriting, like it's like an athlete. Like you can't perform your best till you're really warmed up.
100%. Yep.
And I don't think musicians think about that enough.
Yep. Oh, I definitely don't. Like I don't even know. I think actually in that scenario, I didn't even, but the circumstance and the person that I was recording with, it was just a really good environment. He, like just working with him, I felt really comfortable and yeah.
Energy was right.
The energy was right. And yeah, I managed to get into a place that I was like really comfortable with. And it was the first time that I'd recorded with anyone outside of like Luke for like 3 years really. And I was a bit nervous. I was like going on a first date.
It was good. I mean, someone got laid.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah,
it's a good date.
It was really good.
It's a good song. So what were you saying? You said it for Credit Crunch. Web3?
Yeah. So with Credit Crunch, I did my first NFT.
Really?
Yeah, minting.
I think I missed that. I'm sorry.
I minted 50.
Yep.
And I'll send you one if you want.
What do you use?
I still got, I used Mint Songs and then and then I think you make them on Mint Songs and then you upload the collection to OpenSea.
And then people buy them and put it in their wallet.
Yeah, but I just gave them away.
Oh yeah.
Because I just kind of wanted to
test the waters.
Yeah. So I gave away like I think 10, maybe just under 10.
Yep.
Obviously it's still pretty new. Not a lot of people have. A few people went and created their wallets and Metamask Wallet and kind of set it up so I could send them one, which is cool.
That's sick.
But I just basically said, if anyone has a wallet, let me know and I'll send you a little gift because I never really had an intention for that, but I feel like that will obviously, test the waters, but also set a scene for like in a couple of years' time if I want to be like, hey, you know, if you got this, like if I'm successful enough.
It's an access token.
Access, essentially. Yeah, that's what it'll be. So yeah, it was fun. It was a fun little project.
It's cool. It's a good space to look at for the future, that's for sure.
Totally.
We haven't had mass adoption yet, so.
No, we're so, like, and that's the thing.
Early.
That's the thing. Like, Brock.
We're not too late after all. You know, I was saying before, we're late on trends. Like,
dude, this actually, I think this is what our lives have been building to this moment.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey,
because
what's weird is that there's a lot of like just thinking about generations again and going back to Gen Z. A lot of these guys in like the TikTok space and all that don't seem to be about Web3 and crypto. I feel like it's a more millennial nerdy thing to do.
Right.
Some of them obviously are, but like, it's weird. It's like,
well, there's a much slower payoff, I think, with the Web3 stuff. Because like it's still, as you said, mass adoption hasn't happened yet. With the TikTok stuff, you could literally upload and blow up overnight.
That's quick. I mean, whatever works, like everyone has their own avenue and hustle.
Totally. And I think we've been waiting this long. You know, what's another fucking 10 years?
Yeah. I mean, even for me, like I've been learning crypto for the last like 2 years.
Yep.
And right now is the time to buy.
Yeah.
And I am a bit, but
this is not financial advice.
No, not financial advice. But I am buying, but I'm not buying as big as I thought I would because now I realize it's actually more advantageous for me to reinvest into my own business, into my own businesses. Because when it's your own business and operation, you can somewhat control
Yep.
the outcomes.
Yep.
You can't in the market. As you know, as a trader, you can't control the market.
I know it very well.
You know it very
A
well.
little bit too well.
I mean, yeah, I've lost money too in crypto, but I've also gained some.
Yep.
And sure, same with you trading every day. So
Yep.
yeah, it's a gamble, really.
Life's a gamble.
Yeah, but so is music,
Life's a
and
ga-
so are TikToks.
Do you know what? This is a lyric I shared this lyric recently. But this is I remember the Plain Jane mixtape.
I do. Yes.
There was a song called Plain Jane on that mixtape, and I had a line that goes something like this: "Life's a gamble. I'm not missing a chance. I'm staying in my seat and I'm shitting my pants."
Magical.
Yeah, magical. And I thought that was because
That is funny.
So that's basically a reference to people at the casino when there is a big jackpot coming. They like to stay in the same seat, and they actually shit their pants. They wear like adult diapers.
No.
Yeah, they really do that. Yeah, people. Yeah.
Is that like a gambling addiction level you get to?
Yeah, that's how far they can go.
I'm a seat shitter.
yeah. I'm a stay in this. Yeah. Like that's how they.
Like Gambling Addicts Anonymous is like a different tier. Like,
You need to go to a different thing.
Stage
if you're-
3.
If you're there.
Yeah. Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they full on. They have to
Bro.
get like.
Why can't they leave? That like, is it like a luck thing to leave your seat, or is it like?
Yeah, because especially if you've funneled so much money into one machine.
Oh, because it's still in there. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that machine because it might go off.
Of course. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
So anyway, that's a reference to that.
Jeez.
A really light-hearted topic to kind of.
I thought you meant
bring up.
I thought you meant like you were just scared at going out on your own and taking chances in life.
No.
Not that. Okay.
Something much darker than that.
Wow. Thank you for that insight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
appreciate it.
I'll move along now. So, what do we got on the agenda next? So we got a song with Young Aaron.
Yes.
Okay, and it's called.
I'm okay.
And it is a more pop punk song than.
It's pretty much a straight up pop punk song.
Okay, cool.
So
When does it come out? 6th of July?
6th of July. So it started, me and my mate wrote it. Shout out Luke from Everchange.
Shout out Lukey.
So we wrote that because he used to be in a pop punk band. I grew up in pop punk, so I love that shit. It's back. There's a resurgence of it, obviously.
Yep.
And I have kind of missed it in my life, so I'm like, I'm gonna make some pop punk for fun. So that's coming out, and then Young Aaron, who's a TikTok creator.
Yep.
We both linked up, and he's like, I want to work on music.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
right. He hit you up on Instagram.
jump on the song. Jump on the song.
Yeah.
And he this is his first vocal appearance, and he killed it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I just heard a little sample and it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, he did. Like, that's the first time he's recorded anything.
Yeah,
I'm glad he can sing in
awesome.
key.
That's awesome. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Does
he have any training or?
Don't think so. He's got a lot of belief. What I love about him is his mindset.
Yeah.
So he is just like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve this. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but at the right time, the right doors are open. And I've been learning to adopt that mindset a lot as well in the last few years. And it really happens.
Yep.
For instance, whether it's my business or music or something that I'm after, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this. I don't know how it's going to happen. For instance, like I want to get into music for film. Like my business, we make music. We're a music production company, and we do all kinds of like different commercial avenues for music. And I'm like, I want to get us into film. And then I knew as soon as I like said it and believed it, and I really believed it, I knew at some point when the time's right, the doors will open. And it's been, I probably started thinking like this a few months ago. And now like suddenly all these contacts and things have come through, and now we're talking to like sync agencies and all this other stuff about music for film.
Yeah.
Like it's already opened up.
Hectic.
So I really believe in that. And young Aaron, he has the same kind of mindset. Even probably less tainted than mine because he's younger.
Yeah,
he's been,
for sure.
And we've had the ego death, and that kind of gives you that trauma of like, I don't want to get too big for my boots. But now I'm learning again, like it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Not in an egotistic way. Just be like, I want to achieve this. Like I can do it. If it's for me, like you got to know that it's for you. So if it's something that you're like, oh, that person has this, and it's based in like FOMO or jealousy, and it's not actually you. Probably not right for you. But if it's you, like I'm like, no, I want to be in music, in film and stuff. Like
for the right reasons.
that's part of my vision for my business. that will happen at the right time. And surely enough, it always does.
Starting to
it
happen.
opens up, starting to happen.
Yeah.
Even TikTok, I'm like, I don't know what to do on this platform, but I've got to crack it. I need to be around the right people.
Yeah.
Literally, my manager and I were talking about this on a Zoom. Like, this is crazy. We were literally talking about this on a Zoom one night, and I was like, I want to start working with TikTokers on their music.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same night, Aaron sent me a message request on Instagram.
Jeez.
The same night. I didn't see it for another 2 days, but I worked at the time.
Yeah,
same
wow.
night, and he was like, hey man, I'm looking for producers. I was looking at Instagram. I want to get into music. I haven't done it before. I like your vibe. Hit me up. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. Like,
yeah, that's unreal.
We were both after this, and it just connected. But not just that, we connect. Like we have the same mindset. It's been a really great relationship building, and we're working. You know, same name, same hair, like
everything.
It's sick, and that's just, I think, you know, the universe, law of attraction, whatever.
Yep.
Just working it out.
Yep.
Set the intention.
Yep.
And it happens. Sometimes slower, sometimes faster.
Yep.
That was a fast one.
Yep.
But yeah,
That was
it's crazy. And we'll see what happens with the song. Like, you know, I don't know how far the song will go, but I love the record.
Yep.
I think, like, I was sitting on that record for the last year, and I never felt like it was complete, even though it literally was complete. It was mixed and mastered, everything. But I had my own second verse on it. And then when this happened, I'm like, this song's for him. I got to open up that verse.
Perfect.
And now I feel the song's full and complete.
Yeah.
It's something you can feel as a creator. I'm sure you feel it as well as an artist. You know when a song, like, it's not done.
Yep.
Whether it's the mix or a thing or adding this, whatever. You know it's not done until it's done, and you feel it, and it's like it sounds different. You can feel it. You know it's right.
It's just that, like, alignment of of things.
Yeah,
of
now
the
it's right.
stars. Yep.
It feels right.
Credit Crunch actually had a little bit of a journey like that, where it had a whole bunch of iterations and different producers, different moments, and it just wasn't done. It wasn't ready. But honestly, I walked out of the studio session when I recorded it with B Hill, and I was like, that's finished. No, well, sorry. He sent me the first mix. And then I was like,
you know it.
I kind of knew already.
That happened with my song Party All the Time that features Riley, an American artist.
Yeah.
He, like, I hit him up for a verse, and I was thinking, what can I get him on? And I'm like, wait, there's a verse of myself that I don't really like on the song. Maybe he could fit there, and it just worked perfectly. And when I heard that, I'm like, the song's complete now. Yeah. Like, definitely happens.
With I'm Okay, the production in that, in Young Aaron's verse, was that, did you change any of that? Because you know how it kind of breaks down a little bit?
Yeah, because he, like, it's a pop punk song, so it's very different. But, you know, he grew up, like, on the SoundCloud era. He listens to, like, XXX and Lil Peep and all that stuff. So we kind of gave it that flavor in the pop punk song. Yeah. Change it up a bit.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think that's a very airport thing to do. Like, I don't think too many people would have been able to do that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I mean, I like not being boring.
Yeah.
I like new things. So
hectic.
Yeah. And then the song before that, A Second to Breathe, was even stranger. I felt like that was a weird combination of sounds that I'm inspired by it. I don't even know. Like, I can't put into words.
Yep.
It's like electronic, but it has, like, I was listening to, like, old new metal, like Linkin Park, and then Blink-182. It's got Blink-182 guitars, but it has, like, screaming, and then it's got, like, almost like drum and bass kind of vibe, but then it's almost, I'm listening to Bring Me Horizon. Like, there's all these different things, and I think we're in a really beautiful time musically where we can throw things together.
Totally.
And it can work.
And I don't think you've ever been just one of those things either.
I realized through
I think your thing is to not be anything. To be.
Yeah, I always blend genres. That's my thing. Like, even the early days when I was Northie and I did my first EP, that was literally pop punk met EDM music at the time.
Yep.
And then pop punk and dubstep.
Yep.
And then Airports was like some other kind of pop, and then some other kind of band thing.
Yeah.
And, like, but I feel like it's kind of my niche.
Yeah.
Just putting, smashing genres together.
Just, genre bending.
Yeah, genre fluid, bro.
Yeah, genre fluid. That's honestly what it is. What I think, what'd you use to say? Don't assume my
genre.
Yeah.
No.
No, but it's I think it's fair. Like, I mean, you know, even before that, you had the hip hop phase.
I did.
And
we did Cheddar.
Yeah, we did Cheddar. There's just been so many.
You know what's weird too? I always end up working with like gimmicky prank things.
Yeah.
So like Cheddar was kind of.
Oi, don't you fucking dare for a second. Don't you dare
assume.
Don't you dare for a second.
My genre, let alone assume that Cheddar
is a fucking gimmick. Okay, don't you dare. That is some
That's
real
a lifestyle.
That's some real
That's
shit.
on the streets of Longevity.
Yeah, honestly, that is some real shit. There was many children who lived their life by that song who would
At
die.
the all-day concert.
At the all-day concert who would die for that song, okay? Don't you fucking shit on them with that.
Bro, what a highlight in our journey. We need to cut in some Cheddar footage.
Cheddar, 100%.
From the video. But yeah, it's weird because I did some work for like Fanta where I wrote like a SoundCloud rapper zombie thing.
Yeah.
And then I work with the Raka Raka who are really big like YouTube kind of
I remember
prank
that.
dudes.
Yep.
And then now with young Aaron who's like a TikTok prank guy and I've like for some reason like I don't know why but I keep aligning with like viral
You just got that fun in you.
fun.
Oh, and you
with
forgot
music.
Jay Harvey J.
Oh yeah,
Was it?
He was on one of my old songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's So I don't know.
He was that as well. Like
I
with
don't
the
know
Henny
why.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I accidentally kind of work on these. Oh, big Ruku's in the house.
Big cuckoo.
Let's go.
No,
Cameo.
don't get out of it.
You can't say my
Come on.
No.
Good to see you, bro. Get in the frame.
All right, thanks, Luke. You've totally ruined this video now. We're gonna have to start again, boys.
Speaking of gimmicks,
The biggest gimmick of them all.
speaking of joke music, no.
Look, Papa. Unless there's something you're dying to get off your chest, I think.
What do you know, man? Nah, I'm good.
Do you need to absolve some sins? Do you need to confess?
Just that I'm sick, I don't know.
Totally, and that can be the title of this YouTube,
I think
this podcast.
I just want an opportunity to use the sound effects.
Go for it.
Can I pick a color I haven't done yet?
Pick a color, any color.
Green. Oh,
Fail.
damn. All right, solid ending.
Yeah, that's a solid ending. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me, making the time. I know you've had a hectic schedule while you've been down here.
No, thank you.
And I've had a hectic schedule too. But when I thought I had the opportunity to chat to one of my oldest homies in the music game, I was like, "Fuck, I gotta chat to you for at least a little bit." Yeah. I feel like, and do you know what? I'm glad that we've been able to do something with the time schedules that we've had. But I just feel like we haven't even scratched.
Nah.
I feel like we could have. I could have
big
talked to you.
iceberg.
Yeah, it's a big iceberg. Yeah. I suppose that just means that we're going to have another chat.
We're going to have dinner.
I'm going to have to come up. I'm going to have to come up to Brisbane and chat.
Yes, please come to Brisbane.
Yeah, I'll come.
Whip it in the car that Ruku's always rapping about.
Whip it in the Winnebago.
Let's go.
All right. I'm going to link all your stuff below.
Thank you.
This podcast will probably come out just after the song comes out, so it'll be down below.
Perfect.
Everyone go listen to Airports, I'm Okay. It'll be linked below.
There's even more music.
There'll be
coming after this.
Tons of music coming up. Everything will be linked below. Please go check it out. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this chat. And we'll see you next week on Slaaap Haaapy.
Let's go.
We can do it like this all day, hey, don't stop. Inhibitions run away, hey, don't stop.